I don't normally conjecture about things yet to be released, but in the case of Death Stranding, I'm willing to give it a try. See, I've been following Kojima ever since Metal Gear Solid, and I love pretty much everything the man has created. When Konami gave him the axe, I felt as aggrieved as anyone that such a creative dynamo was being given the boot. Happily, Kojima found more accommodating ground in Sony, who recognized the man for what he is, a figure in gaming equivalent to Steven Spielberg in films. Anyway, enough praise for Kojima. What do we know about Death Stranding? Well, in light of the Easter eggs found in Horizon Zero Dawn, I'd say we can extrapolate several details, namely, the physics equations on the necklace worn by Norman Reedus' character. All of them reference either the operation of the universe on a very basic level, or at the extremes, namely black holes. Then there's the character of Ludens. Although alleged by Kojima just to be the company's mascot, the character art revealed so far makes it undeniable that this is just Hideo taking us on another ruse cruise. Ludens is definitely Norman Reedus, I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever. The spacesuit, the physics of black holes, and then there's something else. When Kojima spoke about using the Decima engine, he said that it was capable of taking us not only to Mars, but also to Jupiter. Everything Kojima does is done deliberately. He wouldn't reference Jupiter without cause. What I suspect is that space travel will be an extremely prominent portion of Death Stranding's story, specifically the planet Jupiter. Funny thing about Jupiter, technically it's a failed star. See, Jupiter is made of the same stuff as the Sun, but it just lacked the mass necessary to fuse its hydrogen into helium. But suppose you could increase the planet's mass somehow, what would happen? It's entirely possible, given sufficient mass, that Jupiter could become a star. And what do stars do when they die? They collapse into themselves, and sometimes they become black holes. Considering Kojima's appreciation for cinema, it may also be relevant that Jupiter was the destination of the crew of the Discovery in Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey. It's over Jupiter that Bowman confronts the Monolith, which becomes a stargate, taking him to far-flung reaches of the universe humanity would otherwise never have encountered, ending in a strange, not quite normal hotel room where the normal rules of time and physics don't seem to apply. Who's to say that Norman Reedus' character isn't experiencing something similar? It could be that Bowman in 2001 encountered a black hole. It's a popular trope in science fiction that black holes might just lead you to other places in the universe, or to new universes entirely. Except that there's a pesky little detail. It's a little problem of, dying. In fact, it happens in a very brutal way called, ready for this? Spaghettification. Your entire body would be stretched to the point of being no thinner than a strand of hair. But maybe that's the point. Maybe to end up in another world, you've got to die in this one. And perhaps some clever, brilliant minds would devise a way to thread your way back from that world into this one, so you don't end up, say, stranded. The trailers don't reveal much, but I'm confident that, wherever they are, it isn't Earth, or at least not this Earth. Time travel, space travel, traveling to other universes. With Kojima, nothing is off the table. Remember, at the end of 2001, Bowman is transformed into a star child. And Del Toro's character is seen holding, well, not quite a star child, but the aesthetic remains, an infant in a protective shell being cared for by something other than itself. And consider the way Norman Reedus' character cradles the infant, protecting it, weeping with love and joy that he's found it. Perhaps that infant is his connection to whatever world it used to be. Maybe it's his way out. There's a lot of time between now and whenever Death Stranding releases, but I'm willing to bet that, even beyond the Metal Gear Solid titles, this will be Kojima's masterpiece. I can't wait. Until it releases, we can only speculate as to what Norman Reedus' character actually is. I'm pretty confident he's Ludens. It doesn't make sense for him not to be. But what about Mads Mikkelsen's character? How does he factor into it? If they are using black holes to travel, from where? Are they traveling from our universe into another one? Or does this start in another universe and end up in ours? Exactly how malleable are the laws of physics in this strange otherworld that Kojima has created? And how can we use those laws of physics, malleable though they may be, to our advantage in gameplay? We're just gonna have to wait and see, but until then, we can always wonder.